My name is DJ. Welcome to the booth. We'll be together here for a cast of Manchester City versus Brighton in the Premier League. I mentioned on Twitter yesterday, but been a little busy with work this week. Fortunately, got some time today to be able to get back to the streaming. We had a bit of a break in the Premier League. We did an FA Cup game last Friday. We did a Bundesliga and a Serie A game, but we have missed the games on Tuesday, yesterday. Fortunately, we are available today. We have a game right in front of us. Another one coming up afterwards is the Tottenham Fulham game, but we have decided to go with this one. We've got City, we've got Brighton, we've got lineups to go through for you here. So we'll walk through those and get ready for kickoff, which is just in a couple of minutes. We'll start with Manchester City here. So give me 1 second just to move the actual stream over to the right part of my screen so that I can see things. Okay, and we can see things. So let's go through the lineups here for Manchester City. Ederson in goal, Joao Cancelo, John Stones, Ruben Diaz, Alexander Zinchenko. The back four, midfield trio of Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva, with Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, and Phil Foden leading the line. Brighton here, Robert Sanchez going to make a start in goal. Adam Webster, Lewis Dunk, Dan Burn going to make up the back three, with Joel Veltman and Bernardo playing the outside wing backs. Ben White and Davy Proper will make up the base of the midfield in a double pivot, with Percy Tau, Alexis McAllister, and Leandro Trossard leading the line on the front. It's a 3-4-2-1, it looks like, is the lineup that FotMob is showing us here for Brighton. Brighton are a pretty flexible team. They have a lot of players that can play multiple positions. We'll see what they opt for here. I'm not sure it will end up being exactly a 3-4-2-1, but that does look to be the right personnel for that kind of formation. If it is, expect Leandro Trossard to drop a little deep to try to connect play. McAllister and Tau can try to run beyond him, create some of that depth. As if Trossard doesn't stay high, there won't really be anyone available as an outlet ball, which is typically the role that Neil Maupay plays. But for Manchester City, a very strong lineup selected here by Pep Guardiola. Not messing around in this short week. Of course, City's game last week was postponed due to a lot of COVID cases within the City squad. Fortunately, looks like they have gotten those under wraps and will be able to play this match here today. We look at the standings in the Premier League table. Manchester United, after their victory yesterday, climbed to the top of the Premier League table on 36 points. How long that lasts, nobody knows, but at the moment, on a great run of form with 4 wins in their last 5. City, similarly, on a very good run here. Both Manchester clubs finding a bit of a surge during the Christmas fixture list, as Manchester City have won 3 of their last 5, the other 2 being draws, but really have looked very solid in their last few games. Defensively, very stout with the introduction of that new partnership between John Stones and Ruben Diaz. They have looked very formidable, very controlling in possession as well. And City have gotten back to a bit of their old selves that we knew and loved. All of the possession play, the dominance through the backs and midfield leading up to a very dynamic attack. It has looked a lot better for them after what was a very shaky start to the season that does have them still sitting in 6th place. But of course, because of the COVID issue and the late start they had to the season, they do still have 2 games in hand, including this one here today. So do have the opportunity to rise to as high as 35 points in their next 2. If we look at Brighton, sitting down near the relegation zone in 17th on 14 points, they really need to get things going for themselves here, but looking at a difficult situation with short rest, with a limited starting squad here today up against a very formidable Manchester City. So we'll see if Graham Potter's setup here in that 3-4-2-1 can pay dividends for him and and his side here today. With that, we are just about to get started with the match. It'll be City in their home sky blue kits going left to right. Brighton in the away yellow kits here today, moving right to left to start this first half. Referee blows the starting whistle, takes the knee. Excuse me, I have the don't have it maximized here. There we go. Hello? Oh, you know what? Wait, what's going on here? Oh, I know what it is. 1 second. Sorry about this. I'll get the scoreboard up there in a second. Oh my God, what is happening? Sorry guys, give me 1 second here. Something is, oh, there we go. What is, no, what? Okay, my display capture is not really working here. All right, sorry guys, something's going a little bit wrong with my display. Okay, it's capturing that. Okay, so if I just do this. Not exactly sure why this is struggling so much. I'm going to drop this down just to make sure I can see everything here. What? I can see the game on my screen right now, but I can't show it at the moment. I don't know why it's not showing up. Let me just refresh my internet page here. Maybe that'll help. Like, can we? Yeah, like we can see everything. Yeah, I can show this. It's just an internet page. And then when I go to the match, it's just gone. What the heck is happening? That's so weird. Yeah, sorry guys. Give me 1 second. I'll cast the game while I'm working on this, but I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here. So it's City in possession here, just a minute and a half into this one. It's Mahrez looking inside. Slow build-up play here in the early going for City. This one slid out to the far side with Zinchenko. Being played between Zinchenko and Silva here on that far side. Silva now under some pressure will loft this one back over to the right-hand side with Stones. He lays it out to Riyad Mahrez, dropping deep. Comes back to Stones. Now Mahrez driving forward. Lays it out to Cancelo. Stones. Good interplay by City here as Gundogan checks deep for this one. Moves it outside to Zinchenko. Pinging it around at the moment. Our City have made some good progress up the pitch here as Silva driving forward. Cuts it back now to Gundogan. Oh, and an excellent 1-2 there between, I believe that's Foden and Gundogan, but his first touch a little bit too long, and that will run away from him out across the goal line. It'll be an early goal kick for Brighton. Sorry, I'm loading up on my phone at the moment so I can try to get this going again. See if this fixed the issue. Wow, it just, no, it doesn't want to. I'll make a new display capture. right, I'm just going to shut down my internet page here for a second. Try it again. Yeah, really sorry, guys. I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, really not sure what's going on at the moment. I do have it on my phone, so I'll try to cast it in front of me while I continue to work on a fix here. City battling for possession in midfield. They've come away with it through Mahrez. Turns it back now to Gundogan. He's moving it forward. Tries to slide in Sterling there. Or sorry, Foden, excuse me. But he can't quite do it. This one hoofed away now by Sanchez. Yeah, it just doesn't want to display it. Here's Mahrez driving forward. Gets around Bernardo, lays it out to the top of the box here for Cancelo. He's dancing around. Clipping this one in towards the backside. Headed away at the back post by Veltman. Here's a strike from Zinchenko. That one blocked. Rodri. Zinchenko. This one slid over to John Stones. De Bruyne. Laying this one all the way out to the far side, but a little bit too looped there. It's a battle now for possession between Foden and Veltman there. Foden has managed to win out. Sends it back. Yeah, I'm really struggling right now. It's not showing the match for me, Young Bolus. You can see there, I'm not getting any feed right now. I can see the game on my screen, but it's not feeding through. So my timer is going to be off. I'll get the scores up here in a second. I'm probably going to have to do that, but the timer will certainly be off here as Brighton have done pretty well for themselves. Coming forward, here's Proper. Proper going to lay one to the top of the box, but Stone's able to knock that away. That's laid back here to Zinchenko. All right. De Bruyne laying one towards Foden at the top of the box. Comes all the way through to Mahrez. Lays it to the overlapping Cancelo, who crosses it. That one blocked away at the last moment by Dunk. Good defending there. So it was Foden who was lurking behind him. Crossed in here from the far side by Cancelo as it's been held into the area. Foden. Rolled back to Rodri. Man City maintaining possession at the moment. Still in possession here are City. Silva, top of the box towards De Bruyne. Slung forward here. Good combination here from Brighton. And now Trossard will run onto this one. Has no players in advance of him at the moment. Just going to be tasked with trying to hold on to this one. Instead, he will have it run out of play. All right. we will roll with that for now. I'm pretty upset. I don't know. The problem is I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's my actual stream or if it's just the internet. But what are you going to do? Technically, we don't need that part of the feed to do what we do here. If I can see the match, that's all that matters. So I'll try to sync up a timer here. I know my timer in the past has not been perfect because it doesn't really count to 90 like a soccer clock would. We do have a break here. I can address things with Leandro Trossard getting some treatment as he took a bit of a hand in the face there at the end of that run. All right, so let's see. Gotta remember how to do this. I haven't used it in a long time. Yeah, KDB as a forward seems like it could be a very good idea. He would drop deep and he would have Foden and Mahrez or Sterling if Sterling was in running by him. I agree with that. Mahrez looking infield here. Ooh, good interception here by Brighton. Trying to counter here. Not a lot of options at the moment. Good stuff by McAllister to hold on to possession. Snorlax onesie on off. Oh, okay then. You're gonna have to give me a second here. I'm trying to get the timer up, but I will get to that. Here's Brighton. Decent chance here as Trossard crosses one in, but decent ball there. There's no one in the back post for Brighton until Veltman arrives very late, but has no angle with which to shoot that one. Goes for it anyway. That one sails high over the crossbar. All right, see if we can get this timer to sync here. Here's City working it out from the back. It's Ederson moving it out to Stones. And once I get the timer up, Young Bolus, I will put the Snorlax onesie on. Ederson slings one out to the far side. Zinchenko. Foden. Over to Stones. Hey, okay, we got the timer. All right, I will put the Snorlax onesie on. Channel points. I think how long did it take you to get to 1,000? Oh, here's De Bruyne in behind here, striking. That's blocked. Second chance is broken up here by McAllister. Huge chance for De Bruyne. It was good goalkeeping by Sanchez. He came out and closed that angle very quickly. It's a brilliant ball here from Gundogan. He cuts it back away from a challenge, slides De Bruyne in, and I think he tries to go through the legs of Sanchez there as he's running out of space to get a strike away. But able to make the save there is Sanchez. Whee! Yeah, I may need to make this Snorlax onesie one a little more expensive. I'm not sure how long it took you to get to 1,000, but if it's short, yeah, this one is a little harder to put on and off than a hat. Still working on the channel point efficiency here, guys. for sure. So Brighton's taking this away from Cancelo. Bernardo, that one stripped from him, and now it's possession given back to City. All right, there we go. Zinchenko. Back out to Zinchenko. So trying to work it up here, our City. Cancelo. Back out to the far side. Zinchenko, Rodri. That one blocked away by Proper. Here's Zinchenko with the throw. Diaz. This one swung to the far side. Now with Zinchenko again. Foden. Got a bit of a bundle there from the likes of Ben White. Pretty simple foul call for the referee, and City will be able to bring it away. Yeah, I think Brighton have started pretty well here. Trying to counter pretty well. They look fairly sharp, couple of their players, but are going to struggle to keep possession. Yeah, I think leaving Mopé out is an interesting one. We have seen it happen multiple times this year. I kind of get the feeling there's something else going on with the frequency with which Mopé's been left out when available. It's happened 2 or 3 times now, I think. He's kind of been in and out. I think he may... Seems a bit generic. This one over the top is knotted down very well there by Veltman, back to the goalkeeper Sanchez, who has become the new starter here for Brighton recently. Matt Ryan has been their starter for as long as really anyone can remember here. And Sanchez has displaced him, starting the last 5 for Brighton. Excuse me. No, I mean, I think Mopé does have some attitude problems. The French comment is a little general, but it's, you know, there are some handful of French players that have had some attitude issues. But yes, I agree that I think Mopé has some attitude issues, and I think that is playing a part in his exclusion. Is this a brilliant ball played into Trossard's path? Trossard, a little bit of room. He takes a shot. That one just wide. Very good idea there from Leandro Trossard, and what a ball this is into his feet. I believe that was Percy Tau who played that one forward. Trossard tries to curl this one into that back post over the legs of Diaz and John Stones, who are putting the challenge in, and just can't quite get enough curl on it. There were a lot of blue shirts around him trying to disrupt his ability to shoot that one. But a very nice counterattack once again from Brighton, and they have had a very positive start to this match. The shape, the selection working out the way that I think Graham Potter would want it to thus far. As Bernardo Silva cuts inside of Bernardo. Gets it back here to Silva. That one poked off of him. Cancelo. Out to the near side. It's Mahrez. Little step over here. Good defending there by Dan Burn. Blocks that one away for a corner kick. Yeah, that's a lot of French players on your fantasy TV. That's hilarious. Get a nice French flag or something for your fantasy team profile pick. Oh, yeah, wait. So, here's the corner kick from Foden. That one flicked on at the near post, but will come all the way to De Bruyne, who's going to swing this one back across the 6-yard box, but good work by Sanchez. Sanchez trying to spring Tau forward there. But well read and pretty easy there by Zinchenko, as didn't really get the clearance that close to him. Was always going to be a tough one. But Ozil did save him, right? It's already over. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you heard my question. How long did it take you to get to that 1,000 channel points that you redeemed for the Snorlax onesie? Because if it wasn't very long, I probably need to change that. The hat is like way easier. The onesie on and off is kind of... I also can't layer onesies onto myself unless I want to suffer from like heat stroke or something. Oh, do you get channel points for commenting? Really? I thought it was just for like being in the watching the stream. Wow, I didn't even know that. I'm on Twitch all the time. Ah, got it. Okay, that makes sense. Here's Rodri swinging this one out to the far side for Gundogan. Appreciate the heads up there. Yeah, I'll probably have to adjust that number a little bit. Taken away by Brighton here. Tau gonna lay this one out for McAllister, who helps it on to Bernardo. Run by here from Trossard, but Trossard is offsides here. Good work by the City defense. They were planning this the entire time. You can see John Stones here has an eye on the line. He sees Trossard's gone a little too early. He's waiting for that mistake from Leandro Trossard, and he is rewarded for his patience. Yeah, it's kind of funny if you watch bigger streamers when they're creating new channel point stuff. It's always really weird to create channel points because like you really have to gauge like how hard and obnoxious is this thing for me to do. Like, you know, putting on a Snorlax onesie is like fun. It's like whatever. But how obnoxious is it for me to do? You know, can it like stack on itself? And how frequently are people like gonna hit this point threshold? Because that is like the big question. And I feel like most streamers like underestimate how dedicated some people on Twitch can be to hitting their channel point thresholds. Brighton making another good run here. It's Trossard inside the City box. Good defending from Stones. And with some help from Cancelo, they'll take it off of him. But Trossard has been running forward very aggressively in the early portions of this game. Has been a bit of a thorn in the side of that right-hand side of the City defense thus far. We'll see if he can turn it into a good opportunity at some point in this first half. And a very unlike City stat here, they've conceded 13 goals in the Premier League this season. That is the fewest in the Premier League. Defense has for a long time been sort of City's weakness. It's the thing that a lot of teams have targeted, and often the biggest criticism that they've received in both of their Premier League and European campaigns in previous seasons has really been solidified for them here this season. It's been the offense, the historically good offense over the last 5 years that has been misfiring. Gundogan. Rodri. Slinging this one back to the near side for Mahrez. Driving here at Bernardo. He'll loft one into the box. It's a beautiful ball. The back post is a chance for Gundogan, but that one flicked away at the last moment by Brighton. Still with City here. Stones. Cancelo. Look at this ball from Mahrez. It's absolutely brilliant. It gets in behind Webster. Gundogan's making a good run at that back post. He keeps it in play, but good reaction time there by Lewis Dunk is able to clear that one away before De Bruyne can arrive. Mahrez laying another one across the box here, but that one is much easier for Adam Webster. Brighton trying to play this one out now. Bernardo with a head on it, but that's inaccurate for Trossard. Rolls out for a throw-in to City. Stones. Mahrez. Looking for some room here. Against Dan Burn, we'll go back to Stones. Here's a good combination from City. Looking for Foden in behind. He will keep this one in play. Silva. Cancelo. Very composed here from Silva to keep possession. Rodri. Silva. Clipped over the top by De Bruyne. Here's the chance for Mahrez and gets it all wrong there at the back post. His right boot underneath the ball. It sends it straight up in the air. That allows Sanchez to deal with it. Look at the ball there from De Bruyne. Beautifully weighted for Riyad Mahrez. It's right over the top of Dan Burn and Bernardo. It's perfectly placed, but just can't quite get the right contact on the strike, Ken Mahrez. You can see he's reaching for that one. Kind of loops his foot underneath it. That pops the ball up, and Sanchez just shields it out for a goal kick. Tau. Good run by Tau here. He's gotten it across. Almost arrives at Trossard. Diaz does just enough to intercept that one. And now a free kick going to be called here in favor of Manchester City. It's a very good run here from Tau. Just drives straight at Zinchenko. Always looking to push it by him and get a cross away. I think Zinchenko underestimating how committed Tau was to that run. Wow, De Bruyne, another beautiful ball, and it takes all of Adam Webster's effort to poke that one away, and wow, they're going to call them for this. Referees calling this a back pass from Adam Webster. I don't think this is at all. I guess maybe he is, yeah. This actually might be a good call on second review. You can see, I would disagree with the referee if Webster had gotten more of a toe poke on that or had purely reached to poke that one away because of the ball De Bruyne played. That's probably not a back pass, but he does open his boot up. It looks like he's trying to guide it a little bit back to Sanchez. Sanchez bends over, picks it up. The referee calls the free kick here. Very rare that we see this situation. But now a free kick just inside the 18-yard box, about 10 yards out from the goal here. Of course, the wall will likely be put right onto that goal line. And we'll see if City can take advantage of this. Multiple City players in a huddle at the moment, trying to plan what they're going to do here. Of course, it's very, very hard to get this over the wall from this distance. You're going to have to place it perfectly into the upper portion of the net if you're going to beat the wall and Sanchez from this distance. Trossard getting down on his hands, his knees, getting ready to take up that position behind the wall to ensure that no low free kicks are taken. They sneak between the feet of the players in the wall. Can see him taking up that position now. Silva and De Bruyne standing over it. Looks like it will be De Bruyne. De Bruyne, and that's deflected. Good defending. Ultimately, I believe that's McAllister who gets in the way of that strike. De Bruyne trying to get that one into the upper right side of the net there. That top 90. McAllister comes directly from that angle. The strike bounces off of his shoulder, goes out of play. Now Brighton can start this one over as it goes out for a goal kick. Good ball up to Bernardo. That one poked off him by Cancelo. City have it again. Silva lays it off for Cancelo. Gets the cross away. Good positioning there by Webster to head away. Zinchenko picks up the second ball and City continue the pressure. Stones back to Diaz. Good pressure here from Tau. Will force it back to Ederson. He'll now lay this one out to Zinchenko. Ederson now sending this one long towards Foden. He loses out to Veltman. The ball finally controlled by City once again. Silva moves it out to Foden. He'll lay this one back. Zinchenko. Foden. Silva. He'll now lob this one over to John Stones. Mahrez. Into De Bruyne, has some space, strikes it, blocked. Again, it's Webster throwing his body in the way. Now Tau trying to get out of trouble here. Oh, absolutely torches Zinchenko. Beautiful stuff here by Tau. Gets it over to McAllister, who sends proper forward. Into Trossard. Trossard cuts it back, but it bounces off a City player, and the attack breaks down as Ederson can pick it up. Brilliant attacking play here by Tau on that left side. He's absolutely giving Zinchenko a torrid time at the moment. Leaves him for absolute dead. This time around, after just a couple minutes prior, had pushed it past him, gotten a cross away. Now Brighton sending this back to Sanchez. Send forward for Foden. Gundogan. Clipping one in towards the back post. Oh, and just flicked there by Dan Burn. Pretty important intervention there by Dan Burn, as Mahrez is just sitting here off his back shoulder. If he misses this, I think Mahrez could probably control it and have a strike. But does just get a tiny piece of that one. Sends it out for a City corner. It's going to be taken from the near side. Kevin De Bruyne, coming over for this one. Phil Foden showing some support short here. De Bruyne swings this one towards the box, headed away. Comes out to Cancelo, who has a hit. That one blocked by Trossard. Diaz knocks this one off of Percy Tau. Will earn City another corner, this time from the far side. De Bruyne clipping one into the back post, looking for Rodri, who gets it across, but that's knocked away. Oh, excuse me. Don't know where that came from. By Adam Webster. Rodri is offsides anyway, so wouldn't have counted even if it arrived. See Gabriel Jesus on the bench for today. Just recently coming out of his isolation period for positive COVID test. Here's City in possession once again. 35th minute of this one. Zinchenko puts a good ball over the top for Foden. Under pressure from Veltman, that cross deflected. Bouncing around the top of the box. Gundogan wants to have a shot, but misreads the bounce a little bit. Has to stop his momentum to keep possession. Gundogan. Foden. De Bruyne. Crossing in with the left foot is De Bruyne. What an intervention here by Bernardo at the back post. Massive defending here from Bernardo. Look at this ball from De Bruyne on his weaker left foot here. Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. He sees that run from Riyad Mahrez on the far side of the pitch. That is an absolutely gorgeous ball played across the 6-yard box. There's nobody from Brighton that can get an intervention until the last-ditch challenge there from Bernardo. Now the corner taken quickly. It's Mahrez swinging one in. Header at the back post, and going to be another corner here as that one came off of Webster. Good ball in here from Mahrez, but Webster does go up well. Knocks that away. Here's Bernardo Silva. Zinchenko. Cancelo. I want a little bit over the top of Diaz. He will chase that one down, keeps it in play. De Bruyne. Gundogan. Foden. Mahrez. Good defending by McAllister. Pokes that one right off the left foot of Mahrez. Now Percy Tau holding on to possession. Webster. Proper. Veltman. Decent combination play here, but Tau's pass a little bit too long for Proper. Now City have it coming the other way before Bernardo Silva is wasteful in possession. He does win it back here. Here's Foden getting a cross away. Chested down there by Lewis Dunk. That one cleared away, and it's City in possession once again. What? Why does this happen? Okay, my computer needs like a full reset. It's doing weird stuff. Mahrez slings this one all the way back to Stones, who's under pressure from Tau, but composed there. Is the center back. Silva lays it on to Foden. Foden clipping towards the back post, but Mahrez had made a run into the middle of the box there, so wasn't available at that back post, which is where Foden was looking for that one. Here's Bernardo going to get the clearance away. That one chested down by Tau, but the second ball taken by Rodri. De Bruyne. Foden. Zinchenko. That pass read from Gundogan, but Zinchenko picks it up, moves it to Foden. Foden continues his drive into the box, but it's well defended by Joel Veltman. Yeah, looking back at the Lewis Dunk block with the chest there were some claims of handball for potential penalty. Doesn't look like it was for me. Sanchez getting it onto the head of Bernardo, who nods it forward. That's cleared away. Stones. Cancelo finds himself robbed of possession. Trossard tries to lob one to the top of the box, but headed away. Still here with Brighton. Bernardo's cross deflected away. It's going to be a corner kick here to Brighton. So here comes the set piece here. Corner kick going to be taken by Trossard from the far side. It will be an in-swinging corner. Trossard lobs in. Up comes Ederson. Good catch there by the Brazilian. Now he's rolled out to De Bruyne. has picked out Foden on the right side. Foden. De Bruyne. Striking and saved by Sanchez. This is an excellent counterattack here from City. It starts with De Bruyne. Picks out Foden. Foden actually gets his pocket picked here. I believe this is by Webster. Or sorry, not by Webster. I think that is Veltman. But a tackle bounces to De Bruyne, who continues his run, gets a strike away, but goes for power instead of accuracy and just drills that one straight at Sanchez, making it a decently easy save. Here's De Bruyne from the ensuing corner. That one a training ground routine as he's looking for the run of Gundogan, but bounces up a little bit higher than I think Gundogan was expecting and can't get that one on target. Oh, this one taken away now. But Brighton able to clean up the mess. Still battling for possession on the far side. It's Silva. Cutting it. Back to De Bruyne. Rodri. Stones. Zinchenko. Chased back to Diaz. Over to Stones. Mahrez. Lays it for Cancelo. Mahrez again. Stones. Oh, great ball by Mahrez into the path of Cancelo. Gets around Burn, but Burn sticks in a leg there. Recovers extremely well to knock that one away from Cancelo. Will be a corner to City, but the bigger danger has been averted. It's going to be Phil Foden actually taking this one from the near corner, so will be an in-swinger for the first time this game. Mahrez giving him some tips here. Here comes Foden. Swung in here to the back post. That one headed away by Webster. Rodri. Clipping one into the box. That's easily headed away. By Burn. Here's De Bruyne getting another cross away. And once again, Veltman blocking that one away with the chest. It's like the third chested block we've seen from Brighton from a De Bruyne cross. McAllister moving it back to Burn. Just 2 minutes remaining in regulation of the first half. We've absolutely flown through this one. Sanchez. Webster. A little bit of pressure from Silva. He'll lob it forward towards Tau, who's loses out to Diaz. Nice sliding challenge there by the Portuguese. De Bruyne. De Bruyne again. Looking for Foden. Has some space on his right foot and scores! Phil Foden has done it again. It's Manchester City taking a deserved lead here in the 44th minute of play. And Phil Foden given a little bit of space here on the left-hand side of the box. It is on his weaker right foot, but nonetheless gets the direction right and tucks that one away in the bottom left corner of the goal. Here you can see a bit of a miscommunication between Webster and Veltman, who's retreating. I'm not sure how they're supposed to handle Foden. His first touch is great. Sets himself up to strike well. He picks out that bottom left corner and just sort of side foots it in there. It's a good pass. It's essentially a pass. And he just passes it into that bottom left corner. And the placement is really what beats Sanchez there, not the power whatsoever. But regardless, you have to say it is a good finish. He gets the space, he picks his spot, puts it exactly where he wants it, and he gives City a deserved 1-0 lead right at the end of this first half. Now here's Diaz fighting away some pressure, and a free kick going to be called here against Ben White. De Bruyne down to the pitch as there's a minute of stoppage time allotted here by the fourth official. Take a look at this foul once again. Looks like he just gets stepped on here, does De Bruyne. Yep, absolutely. Gets a bit of a flat tire there. See, slow to hop to his feet, more like hobble to his feet. Referee asking for play to continue now that De Bruyne is okay. Potter looking down at his notes, looking out at the pitch, wondering what he has to do to try to make a difference in this match. Brighton started the game pretty well. We're feeling very comfortable in their shape, in their game plan, but have slowly lost more and more of the control as this half has worn on, and that will do it for the first half. The referee will bring us to the midway point. Brighton's resistance broken in the 44th minute, courtesy of a nice finish from Phil Foden. He gives Manchester City the lead as we go into halftime in a rainy Manchester here on Wednesday afternoon. All right, that'll be halftime, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Deserved lead for City, it has to be said. They got more and more control of the half. Their possession was in good areas. They didn't generate a ton of golden opportunities, but Brighton was sitting in with 4 defenders, 5 defenders at times in the back 5. You're trying to make it as hard as they could on City, and doing a decent job of it for a good portion of the half. But as I said, they just continue to lose more and more control. They continue to cede more and more space to City as they move their possession forward, and they had already deflected a lot of crosses. I think I mentioned at one point there had been like 3 chested blocked crosses from Brighton, and you just can't sustain, you can't hold up against that kind of sustained pressure from City from too long when they're playing well, and I do think they are playing well. So Brighton will have to get back to a little bit of more of what happened at the beginning of the first half, a little bit more counter-attacking verve, maybe a little more pressure in midfield, but they're just giving City a little bit too much of what they want, and if you give that to City, and City's on their game, looking sharp, they're going to break you down. And I think that's what's happening at the moment. So we'll see if there are any changes made by Potter, either now or at the 60-minute mark. But I'd look for more of the same from Pep's side, and I would look for and expect a couple, 1 or 2 more goals in the second half. But with that, I'm going to take a short break, go make myself some tea. We will be right back with some more Premier League action in the second half of Man City versus Brighton. Thanks again for tuning in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I'm not sure how many commercial breaks we've been through. I don't think we can have that many more, but we'll find out. One thing I am going to do right now is go back to my channel and edit and edit the channel points. Yeah, gonna edit that one. Okay, so so this is highlight a message is 100. That should be cheap. Unlock a random sub emote. Yeah, that's fine. That's locked. Interesting. Okay. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go to... Okay, looks like the teams are just about to come out here, so we're going to be right on schedule. I'll push this to... Yeah, that should be fine. And if it's bad, we can change it later. Nothing wrong with that. All right, teams are coming back out here, so we're just about to get started with the second half. See De Bruyne and Mahrez in conversation here as the teams run back out on a rainy afternoon here in Manchester. This game, of course, later to be followed by Tottenham and Fulham. Nice little all-London derby there. Just won't need the travel that is so heavily associated with a lot of the COVID spread that has happened amidst the Premier League in recent weeks. See Graham Potter there on the bench, trying to think of some way to turn this game around as the teams are just about ready here for the second half. Let me get my timer ready to go. I haven't do this in a while. I'm going to have to figure out what was up with my capture after the game today, but in the meantime, got the timer going. We've got the second half back underway here. Manchester City getting us started off. No changes from either manager at halftime. I didn't really expect any to be made, but keep your eyes on Graham Potter. He will have to find a way to try to turn the tide of this match. It was all City towards the back half of the first half. I would expect it to continue that way unless some adjustments are made here as the City side looks sharp. We mentioned they have been in very good form and have really found a new defensive identity. 13 goals conceded across the entire Premier League season. That is the fewest in the league. And that defense anchored by Ruben Diaz and a resurgent John Stones here, who is getting the start once again in that partnership and doing very well for themselves thus far, although Brighton with an early opportunity here as they move this one out to the left-hand side. Bernardo looks in behind from McAllister, gets across the way. That one deflects, is collected by Trossard, who spins, tries to cross. That one nodded away by Diaz, and now driven straight into the waiting arms by Ederson is McAllister's cross. The attack breaks down for Brighton, but a good start for them and one that they can take some positive reinforcement from coming out of what was sure to be a pretty strong halftime talk from Graham Potter. Don't think he'll be too angry at his players, but he'll know they need some sort of motivation, some sort of jolt here to get them going at the beginning of this second half, or face the same results as the first. The City now coming forward. It's De Bruyne swinging one in. That one deflected and headed away by Veltman, but collected by Zinchenko. Diaz. De Bruyne. But yeah, we were mentioning City have found that new defensive solidity, but also have been finding their scoring form once again. Winners of 3 in their last 5, and now on pace to make it 4 of 5. With an early lead here today. That one again courtesy of Phil Foden, now City's leading goal scorer on the season with 8. City moving up the far touchline here. It's Cancelo waiting for some support, trying to take on Bernardo. Looks for a reverse pass into the path of Bernardo Silva, but that one will not connect. It's taken away by the Brighton defense, but now City, good pressing here, has won it back in a dangerous area. They're able to shift this one out to Foden. Now the overlapping Zinchenko. Zinchenko again. Gundogan. Bernardo Silva cutting inside of Dan Burn here, but good chasing by Burn. You can see he's haggling him all the way across the pitch here as Bernardo Silva has continued his dribble, moves it over to Zinchenko. Now it's with Foden. Ben White. Ruben Diaz. That's a bit of a loose pass there from Gundogan, but Rodri able to handle it. Now Diaz, amidst multiple Brighton players, finds a very nice ball to De Bruyne, who moves it forward to the far side for Mahrez, one-on-one with Dan Burn here, but he takes a big touch, and that allows Burn to nip in, poke that one out for a corner kick. Good intervention there by Dan Burn. Going up against Mahrez one-on-one is always a tough prospect, and able to get the job done on that occasion. From that far corner now, Mahrez was looking to take it quickly, but looks like Brighton got set up fast enough. So De Bruyne will come over, take his time, and set up for a corner kick here as Stones and Diaz whispering to each other about where they should be making their runs. Interesting matchup here as it's Trossard against Stones. Trossard certainly not the same height as John Stones. This one swung in. Now up go the heads. It's Webster coming forward. He'll get an initial header before his second clears away. A strike from Foden is blocked by Webster. And now Gundogan has controlled it. Rodri. Over to De Bruyne. Clipping one into the box, but this one well read by Webster. However, Foden goes up over the top of him, gets a header to it. It's a little bit too floated, though. It allows Sanchez to come out and claim that one before another Manchester City player can run onto it. Now Rodri slides one out to Silva. Diaz. Diaz again. Continuing his run here is Diaz. Now going to clip one out to the near side. It's headed down by Foden, controlled by Zinchenko. Rodri's pass narrowly evading the head there of his teammate Joao Cancelo, but it hasn't made it to its target. Silva, who crosses one in, that one knocked away by Webster only as far as Foden. Foden. Gundogan. Zinchenko. Pressure continues to mount here from City. The second half starting very similar to the way the first half ended before this pass by Cancelo is easily intercepted. Now Brighton trying to come the other way. McAllister. Looking for the run there of Veltman, but that one outpaces him. Rolls out for a throw into City. Zinchenko will swing this one all the way back to Ederson. Oh, who will hit his own player there. Stones right in the back, and it's going to be a throw in here for Brighton. Take a look at this one again. You can see Stones wants to give him an angle and open up, and Ederson just drills it right off his back. Brighton have shifted it all the way back to Webster. Veltman. Proper. Dunk. Webster. Webster driving forward. Good ball by Webster into the feet of Trossard, who's dropped deep. Trossard gets fouled here. Simple free kick to Brighton. Webster. Dunk. Clipping one over the top there, but easily read by Zinchenko. Pretty casually intercepted before Foden looks for a clearance. That one's more than a clearance. It connects with De Bruyne, who's pushing forward. Shifts it out to Silva. He's forced to cut it back. He'll find a good pass to Gundogan in the middle. Shift it out to Foden, looking for his second here, but Webster takes it away from him and now tries to move it forward. Long ball with his left foot is headed down by Stones. And that's brilliant from Cancelo. Just takes someone right off the foot of McAllister. See McAllister's frustration with himself. Feels he was dispossessed a little too easily there. Rodri. Zinchenko. Zinchenko taking on Proper. Shifts it out to Foden. He drives into the box. Gets around. Veltman goes down in the box under the pressure. And no sympathy from the referee here. Just not enough for him to point at the spot. Yeah, I think that's a little unfortunate for Foden here. He does everything right. He drives in purposely, makes a good move there, and gets some space. I think that's a foul anywhere else on the pitch for Veltman. You can see he raises his left arm, kind of sticks it into Foden, and I'm convinced that would be a foul in midfield, but just not quite enough for that referee to go to his whistle for a spot kick. Now over the top here. Here's Tau. Good running here by Tau. Picks it up, lays it off for Trossard, who's now under a lot of pressure. He wants to take on Rodri and gets a little fortunate, but stays with it. McAllister back over to Proper, looks across. And that one just shoved behind by Joao Cancelo. That was a good combination there from Brighton, and probably their most dangerous chance of the match is there are a couple of yellow shirts at the back post who could have gotten onto this Proper cross. These are the moments that Brighton do need to look for. Good counter-attacking play into a very nice combination. They still only trail by 1 goal. So any moment for them can turn the fortunes of the match around as Trossard stands over the corner, but it's Tau taking it. That one flicked away at the top of the box. There's a strike from Proper. It's right at Ederson. Excellent volley here from Proper. He gets decent power on it and gets it on target, but Ederson sees it the whole way, and it's just straight at him as Foden, nice dribbling here, gets away from Webster and Proper before being fouled. Look at that turn. Nice little double helicopter turn there from Phil Foden. Gets by the challenges of both Webster and Veltman before he's unbalanced by the latter. Rodri. Diaz. Stones. Zinchenko. Beautiful from Foden. Lays it into the path of Gundogan. Gundogan looks back towards the top of the box, but it turns out he is offside. So, well, it's a great ball from Foden. A little bit over eager is Gundogan. Webster. Ben White forced back to Sanchez, who will launch this one. Still with Brighton, and they're forced all the way back into their defense. Webster. Tau. Can't control that one down for Trossard. It's taken away by City. Foden. For a bit of a cheeky outside of the foot pass there to De Bruyne. That one was pretty easily read, but he did get it back, and City maintained possession. Diaz. Over to Stones, back to Cancelo. He's going to look over the top, and I think Mahrez is on sides here. Big chance for Mahrez. Strikes it, and it's just wide. Huge breakdown here for Brighton as Mahrez runs free in behind. I think they just kind of lost their marks here. Yeah, you can see Webster not communicating. I do think he's on sides there. I think Veltman holds him on. Gets a great chance here. Steadies himself on his favored left foot from the far side of the box, but he just doesn't curl this one enough as he tries to place it into that back post there. You can see he gets a little bit more drive on the strike than whip. Oh boy, here's Gundogan in the box again. Strikes it. Good save by Sanchez. Falls for Silva. Gets a nutmeg. Strikes it. It's off the post. Gundogan cuts it. And that one rolls out of play. And somehow Brighton have gotten away with it. What a massive chance for Manchester City here to make it 2. Oh my, so unlucky from Bernardo Silva. Oh, so unlucky for Bernardo Silva there. He does so well when that ball comes back to him off the initial save from Sanchez. Gets a nice nutmeg into his strike. It just comes off the outside of the post there. As he had a couple of Brighton players to try to get that shot over. He did so successfully, but was beaten by the woodwork on this occasion as Percy Tau makes another nice run here. Gets onto this ball from Proper. His attempted cross is blocked, but he will find Bernardo. McAllister striking, and that wasn't too bad from McAllister there. You can see he's a little frustrated with himself, but it's not a bad strike at all, and certainly had Ederson a little bit worried here as he steadies himself on that right foot, gets a nice whipped strike in there. You look at the motion on that ball. It's beautifully struck there from McAllister. It's got some whip, it's got some dip, and it just doesn't have enough time to come down, sails slightly over the crossbar and hits the back stanchion supporting the goal. Ederson going long here. Thrown in here by Brighton. It comes back to Webster. Driving forward is Webster. Picks a good ball for Trossard, who steadies himself. Back to Webster. Webster wants the space for a strike. He doesn't get it. Trossard trying to find some space. Clips it in for Tau. Tau runs out of room. Now clips it back towards Trossard. Finally headed away by Diaz. Oh, good defending here by Dan Burn. Takes this one off the feet of Bernardo Silva. Now it's McAllister. Tau. Trossard. Gets away from Cancelo for a second. Bernardo's cross. Proper at the back post. Stretching but can't get there. Very nice ball there from Bernardo. Almost picking out his teammate Proper. And it looks like we have a yellow card here. We missed a foul as we were getting another view. This is a great ball from Bernardo. Look at that ball. It beats the entire City defense here. It's well whipped across the 6-yard box. It's just a couple inches too far for Davy Proper to get there. And then I'm not sure exactly what happened here. Here's the replay. Oh, yeah. Veltman goes in foolishly onto Phil Foden there. He's never winning the ball there. He claims he got the ball. He clearly went right through Phil Foden there, and a deserved yellow for the likes of Joel Veltman as Gabriel Jesus being prepared here on the sideline by Pep Guardiola. This one rolls out of play from the Ederson goal kick. Change being prepared here for Brighton as well. Looks like Solly March is getting ready to come on. Neil Maupay also getting warm on the sideline. Long ball from Brighton, knotted down by Diaz, hoofed away by Rodri. Will escape the attentions of Silva and will roll all the way to Lewis Dunk. He'll give it to Sanchez. Sanchez into McAllister. Trossard. Good back heel here from Trossard. Picks out White, who continues to come forward. He'll lay it out here to Bernardo. White. Trossard. Clips one into the box. That one easily headed away by Stones. Clearance completed by Gundogan. Dunk. Well handled here by Dunk, but his pass a little too hot for Veltman. Will be taken away by City. Zinchenko. Diaz. Rodri. Good defending here by McAllister. He's taking it away, giving it to Trossard. White. Webster. Bernardo. Forced backwards to Burn. Decent play here from Brighton. Patiently building this attack up. Proper. Dunk. Oh, and Dunk leaves it short here for the likes of Trossard. Rodri. Mahrez. Foden. Rodri. Diaz. Stones. Pressure here from Bernardo. Gundogan. Good passing by City. Very nice passing by City. Cancelo driving forward. Fakes the cross. Beats one. Gets it onto his left. He's inside the box. He strikes it. It's right at Sanchez. And another save for the Brighton netminder. Now Proper looking the other way. Shifted wide by Tau. Bernardo. Proper. Oh, and look at the pressure from De Bruyne, who's now bursting into the box. Top of the box. It's De Bruyne striking. Great save from Sanchez. This one a much more difficult save for him, but he's equal to it. Now Trossard has picked up the loose ball. Oh, and here's Trossard running into the channel now. Closed down by Diaz. Cuts it back. Veltman. Trossard. Tau. Veltman. Trossard. Trossard clips a cross in. Easily headed away by Gundogan. Finally, City will settle the second ball. Oh, and there's a loose pass from Bernardo Silva as Phil Foden wanted to get running up the touchline. It'll go out for a Brighton throw, and now the changes will be made as we look back at the replay of these two strikes. Yeah, this first one from Cancelo is not convincing. It goes straight at Sanchez. It's a very easy save at the end of the day for him, despite all the good work from Joao Cancelo. The De Bruyne strike, much more difficult. This one more accurate towards the bottom corner. It forces him into a dive down to his right-hand side, but Sanchez equal to that one as well. And I think Mahrez getting some harsh words here for Pep Guardiola as he comes off the pitch for missing that golden opportunity earlier in the half. As Gabriel Jesus is upended with his first involvement in the game. It's Webster committing the foul. Yeah, looks to be one. Now Brighton will make their change. It's Neil Maupay. He will come on for Percy Tau, who I think has had a good performance, has certainly put in a lot of work up top to trying to connect possession combined with Trossard, but Maupay will come on for him. Yeah, give this goalie a medal. Yes, absolutely. Keeping Brighton in the game at the moment, and it will be Davy Proper coming off for Solly March. think, again, it's a bit of a combination of poor finishing from City, but certainly Sanchez has been equal to the difficult opportunities that City has thrown his way. Ironically, the only one getting by him is the one that was struck with the least amount of power. Phil Foden's goal, of course, in the 44th minute of play was weakly struck with the right foot, but was directed perfectly into the bottom left corner, and the direction is what eventually beat Sanchez there. He has been absolutely alive for everything else City has thrown his way. Good battle here for possession between Bernardo and Stones. City eventually collect the second ball, though. They'll move it back to Ederson. Launched forward here by Cancelo. Bernardo Silva battling for it, and makes it difficult here for Brighton, but they do manage to collect possession. Here's March's first involvement. Good stuff by March. Keep possession back to Lewis Dunk. Veltman. March. Oh, good reading here by Jesus. He sees Ben White's intentions. Now De Bruyne is away from him. Doesn't have a full support yet. Now he's chased backwards by Dunk. Good defending by Brighton. Diaz. Zinchenko. Silva. Stones. Zinchenko. Gundogan. Zinchenko, his pass read there and intercepted. Now Trossard coming away with it. You can see the frustration from Guardiola, but good work by his side. Has one possession back and baited Trossard into a foul here. Will be a free kick for City. This one's been run out of play on the far side now. Trying to find the rhythm back in the match here. Zinchenko lays it to Diaz. Back out to Zinchenko. Tricky pass here for Gabriel Jesus, and he's robbed of possession by a combination of March and Veltman. Bernardo. White. Looking for a killer pass there into Mopé. McAllister. Robbed of possession here by Bernardo Silva's. Didn't see him coming, but Jesus loses out once again, and now March is kicked a little bit by Silva. Be a free kick here to Brighton. Jesus gets his pocket picked by March, and then, a little too eager there is Silva. He thinks he can win that one back, and March just throws his body in the way, takes the brunt of that attempted challenge by Silva. Now, big set piece opportunity here for Brighton. Solly March standing over this one. McAllister, the other player, will be McAllister going to look for a training ground routine. They look short for Trossard, but Gabriel Jesus reads it brilliantly, but McAllister wins it right back off him. Jesus has lost all three of the first touches he has taken as he entered this match. Burn. White. Webster. Dunk. Mope into the channel. Gets through the legs of one there as Stones, but just allows Cancelo to do the dirty work. Clean that one up. Webster. Oh, and here's City. Good combination as De Bruyne comes forward. Closed down now by Solly March. Great pass by De Bruyne into the feet of Gundogan. And then Gundogan, bit of a mistake there. Tries to find De Bruyne, but clips that one out of play for a Brighton throw. 15 minutes remaining in this one, and Brighton have had a little bit of better things in the last 3 minutes. First part of this half was still pretty much all City, and they have had the opportunities to wrap this game up, but combination of poor finishing and excellent goalkeeping from Sanchez has kept Brighton within a 1-goal margin. Webster. Trossard. Trossard looking into the channel from Mope. John Stones will get there first. And he will get a good clearance up the line as well. Excellent work there by Stones. Burn. Burn. Webster. Headed back there by Cancelo. Excellent work from him. Ederson going to take a little bit of time here. Try to let City get their bearings back. See if they can recapture full dominance of the proceedings. De Bruyne. Up against Ben White. He'll knock it back to Zinchenko. Silva. Cancelo. Stones. Foden chased back here by Byrne. I'll move it back to Ederson, who shifts it back to Stones. Rodri. Good pass infield for Gundogan, who turns. Shifts it out to Zinchenko. Jesus. Zinchenko. White. Stones. Foden. Back to Stones. Wanted to pass to Rodri there, but the angle closed too quickly. Ooh, mistake here by Rodri. Trossard comes away with it. De Bruyne is tracking him down. He cuts it back. Keeps possession. Good retreating there by City. Yo, what's up, Kyle? Okay. I told you I had a surprise for you, as this is a bad challenge from Webster. He will get a yellow card. So I have a new Man U jersey that I got for Christmas from Connor. Can you guess who is on the back? Here you go. I'm sure you'll love it. Yeah, we got it. There you go. Let me know if you saw that. There we go. Okay. There's your surprise, Kyle. Figured you would enjoy that one. Oh, here's a chance for Brighton at the other end. It's Mope. His strike is blocked. Here's Bernardo. He'll pick up the ball. Shift it out to March. Over to Trossard. Trossard looks for Mope. Crowded out here a little bit, and his pass just a little bit short. Clearance only as far as Veltman. Veltman steadying himself. Clips one to the back post. Dan Burn keeps this one in play. But he is off sides, and the attack will finally break down. But yeah, we got a classic Man U jersey for Christmas from Connor, and Roy Keane was The player selected. As you say, what a competitor. I do have to say though, since I put it on this morning, I've felt a little more violent than usual. I was very aggressive when I unpeeled my banana this morning. Very aggressive. It wasn't putting enough effort in. It wasn't being banana-like enough. Oh boy, City are really making this hard on themselves at the moment as they play a very awkward ball back, and now that clearance from Stones is blocked and picked up by Brighton here, who have had the better part of the last now 8 or 9 minutes here in this match, and really look like piling some pressure on City here in the 79th minute of play. Webster. McAllister. Veltman. And now forced back here are Brighton, but a good spell of possession for them, and they still have pressure on City's back line. Mentioned that City have made it very hard for themselves. They turned that ball over poorly from a very awkward back pass for Ederson, and then a blocked clearance from Stones. It's Solly March here up against Jesus. He'll ride the initial challenge. Now met by Gundogan, and Noah leaves that one a little bit loosely. Gundogan able to pick this one up. He'll now turn backwards and get bundled over here by Solly March. March is a bit incredulous here at the assistant referee, but did look that he came through the back of Ilkay Gundogan. Sounds good. Thanks for tuning in. Thought you would enjoy the surprise, so glad I could show you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Here's Cancelo. City at the other end now. That one poked away from De Bruyne by Bernardo. Good defending there. 10 minutes remaining in this one. Still just a 1-goal cushion for City. It could have been a lot more. Had multiple points during the second half, but they have not taken it. And Brighton have grown more and more into this match. But Dan Burn leaves a short pass here for Bernardo. Good work by Bernardo again. Is able to take it back. It forces Burn into a long clearance, though, which City will collect and retain possession. Up until this point, as Bernardo comes forward to intercept the pass, wins a throw-in for Brighton. And a change will be made here by City. It's going to be Raheem Sterling coming on for the goal scorer, Phil Foden, who has become more and more ephemeral as this match has gone on. See his goal one more time here. But a decent performance once again by Phil Foden, now City's leading goal scorer with 8. Maybe just tiring here in the second half as it has worn on, but a 9-minute cameo here for Raheem Sterling as this ball a little bit too far for Leandro Trossard. Will roll harmlessly into the waiting hands of Ederson, who will roll it out to Rodri. Rodri lifts one to the near side for Zinchenko. Closed down here by March. Raheem Sterling. Zinchenko. Rodri. All the way back to Ederson. Stones. Cancelo. Launched long here. Flicked away by Gabriel Jesus and has come to Bernardo Silva. Now Jesus again. Escapes the retreating challenge of McAllister. Now De Bruyne to the near touchline. It's Sterling driving forward, gets the angle, takes a shot, but March comes in to close that angle down. Blocks the shot away. Mopé battling for possession, but will lose out to Diaz. Rodri. Zinchenko. De Bruyne. De Bruyne looking for Raheem Sterling in behind. He's picked him out. Sterling, is just let that one run out. Very close to keeping it in play. Webster. Burn. Struggles a little bit there with his footing. Ends up bouncing that one off a City player. It'll be a throw in here to Brighton with 6.5 remaining in regulation. Again, I'm sorry about the timer for those of you used to the 90-minute clock. I can't really get the app that I use to work for it, so just have to use the 45. I will be working on, I'll be testing my stream out after this to make sure that I find whatever the capture issue is. As Bernardo goes into a bit of an aggressive challenge with John Stones. So we'll figure that out for the next stream, which will likely be tomorrow. There is a Premier League game tomorrow. Should be Arsenal. Be looking to cast that one, and then we'll be back for more on the weekend as well. So make sure we have it ready to go by that time, and hopefully won't have the rough start that we did to this stream today. Good ball by Veltman in behind here for Solly March. He's now met by Rodri. Zinchenko doing very well retreating to poke that pass away from its intended target. And now De Bruyne is upended here by March. So you can see Veltman gives a little bit of a body check here to De Bruyne. And so another change going to be made here by Brighton, their third. And it will be Leandro Trossard coming off here. Has to do quite a bit was Trossard, and probably just languishing here at the end of this match. So it'll be Kadra coming on here. And it will be his debut here, Kadra. Right in front of you here, number 67, right on the near portion of the screen. So good pressure by Brighton will force a clearance out of City here. Easily won by Veltman. Kadra's first involvement is to chase this one down. And he just won't keep that one in play. It'll be a throw in here to City. Thrown into Sterling here. Zinchenko tries to play one to De Bruyne and gets it nowhere near him. You can see De Bruyne's frustration with Zinchenko. Flaps an arm in the air there, and Brighton have taken it away. Thrown into the channel for Bernardo. It's deflected. It's going to go behind for a corner kick here. 4 minutes remaining in regulation here, and a chance on the set piece for Brighton to find an equalizer. Swung in here. That's poor use of the corner kick there by Brighton. Easily cleared away by the first offender. Burn. Bernardo will win another corner though. So a chance to redeem himself as Solly March from this very same corner. Here is the corner kick swung in here, and this one is also poor. It's too easily caught by Ederson. I think that one actually went out of play before swinging back in. So two very poor set pieces for Solly March here, and you can see the frustration on Graham Potter's face. Ederson sends this long to the near side. Up goes Jesus, loses out on the header to Veltman. Now taking their time, our City here. 89th minute of play. Webster. March. Kadra, good ball. Kadra still driving here. Kedra gets the cross away. It's deflected. Good cleanup there by the City defense. Zinchenko will hoof this one away towards Gabriel Jesus. And Webster will keep this one in. Knocks it back to Sanchez. Dunk back to Sanchez. Minute remaining in regulation. We'll see what the stoppage time is. Oh, Webster almost chased down here by Jesus. Veltman. Bit of a loose touch there from March. Tries to stick in against Gundogan. Fells him, but City allowed to continue playing through advantage. I don't think they'll get advantage for this as Rodri throws it forward. Bit of a chase here from Cancelo. Will force it back to Sanchez, but he has plenty of time to go long here towards the near side. Header won by Zinchenko, and now City have it once again. Will have an opportunity here to run down this clock. Slung forward here by Rodri. Out comes Sanchez, actually, and it looked like there might have been a miscommunication, but Sanchez puts his boot through it. Unfortunately, it goes out for a City throw, and here the stoppage time will be 3 minutes at the end of the match here, so keep your eyes on the clock we have here. It'll be 48 is the number you're looking for. Zinchenko will take the throw. Jesus. Good turn here by Gundogan over to Sterling. Jesus. Tries to ride by a couple challenges. Ends up on the dirt here. And that one comes last off of Sterling. It'll be a throw in. Very composed here by, not composed here by Duncan Sanchez. And it's going to be a penalty right at the end of the match here for Manchester City. The throw-in was awkward. Dunk tried to head it back to his goalkeeper, but Kevin De Bruyne was alert. Dashed into the space behind Lewis Dunk. Arrived at the ball before Sanchez could, and Sanchez desperately trying to get to this one. Takes down the Belgian. It's a clear penalty here. And a chance for City to wrap up all 3 points in style. That's an easy call there. Sanchez is frustrated. I'm sure Dunk is frustrated. Nothing to be done. The penalty is called. Here is Raheem Sterling to wrap this one up in stoppage time. Waiting for the whistle. Here it is. Sterling up against Sanchez. Sterling. And it's over the top! An absolutely horrifying penalty kick here from Sterling. He tries to blast this one into the upper part of the net, and he gets way underneath it and just blazes it straight over the crossbar. It's not even that close. It's at least a yard over the top of the bar. And a sigh of relief from Sanchez and Lewis Dunk. They still do have a lead to overturn here, but now there still is a chance. A minute remaining for Brighton after that horrendous miss from Raheem Sterling. McAllister standing over a free kick here for Brighton. Here comes Sanchez. Here it is. Good ball from McAllister. Nodded away by Diaz initially. Sterling does well. De Bruyne does well not to commit a foul against March, but March does have possession, and now De Bruyne will... oh, no, he gets away with it. Hoofs it clear here. We're at 93 minutes, and that will do it. The referee here will bring us to full time. And Manchester City escape at home with a 1-0 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion. They will rise to 32 points, up to 5th in the table, still with a game in hand on their title rivals. Brighton will remain near the bottom on 17 points after 18 matches, and despite another decent display for them, they cannot find the win. That'll do it for our coverage here today. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed the coverage and the match. We will see you here again for more Premier League action tomorrow with Arsenal and more on the weekend that is upcoming. But thank you again. It's the final score here. Manchester City 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. That'll do it for us here. We will wrap up. We have Tottenham coming up. If you want to keep watching, I will not be streaming that, but the match will be on. And then we have Arsenal Crystal Palace to follow tomorrow. I will try to cast that one tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll have a full another slate of Premier League matches on the weekend. But decent match, I'd say, by both sides. Some poor finishing by City in the second half. They could have easily wrapped up that match a lot sooner. I think Brighton put up a good fight, though. They had their moments and had a good spell of about 10 minutes there in that half in which they were pressuring Manchester City, but just could not break through. Some good performances in particular, once again, by De Bruyne. Phil Foden with the goal will get a decent rating. And I think the backs, you have to say again, City's defense, very solid today. They got some help from, I'd say, Gundogan, who was solid, but very imperious. Stones, Diaz never looked bothered, looked pretty unflappable with their decision-making. Zinchenko, I would say, of the back four, had the roughest time. He struggled a little bit with Percy Tau at the beginning of the match, and I think was the least convincing of the back four. But Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, looking good once again, and City may have found their formula in that back line. Not going to go through full match ratings, though. I'm just going to wrap up the stream here. Again, apologize for the rough start. I'm going to go take a look at that and run some tests today. We'll identify the problem. We'll have it fixed for tomorrow so that we don't have to go through the timer thing once again today. But again, thank you for tuning in. I hope you did all enjoy the stream, and I hope you do all have a wonderful, wonderful day.